Good morning. This is going to be the Pisces reading. Um, I have really been practicing meditation, mindfulness, presence. I've really slowed things down a little bit, just kind of taking it easy. Trying to be more focused. Like I said, I'm more grounded in the present moment right now. Um, so it's required a little bit of privacy. I actually deactivated like my social media just so that I could have this time to just kind of go inward. And I have received lots of downloads of information, lots of clarity. I feel more balanced and more peaceful. So it's taking me a little longer to get things done. I'm going to turn on this other light. It's a little dark in here still. I want to get started before the neighbors got busy across the street making noise. So, like I said, I really haven't been in a hurry. I haven't had time restraints on myself. I'm just kind of going with the flow right now. I am running a special this week for $25 for a mini reading, little 15-minute reading. I can let you know about your situation, give you some clarity. I take PayPal and Cash App, but I'll include my email address in the description of the video if you want to reach out to me. Okay, the first card that we have here is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is my Alice in Wonderland deck. I love my Alice in Wonderland deck. The universe is giving you a new opportunity. So I'm getting for some of you that you've had a new opportunity recently, maybe a job. I'm getting for some of you maybe a business opportunity. Something that somebody has offered you, something that somebody's helped you with. And the message that's coming through is that you can trust it. Even though you've had situations in the past before that have failed, this one is not going to fail. And the reason why it's not going to fail is because it's for you. See, a lot of times we try to make things fit that aren't for us. And I've been learning a lot more about the law of attraction lately. You know, we do have the law of attraction that works all the time. We don't have to focus on it. It's always at work. But we also have, it's almost like this divine plan, this divine design that, you know, we chose before we even incarnated here. And understand your soul is always in charge. You know, so when we limit ourselves only wanting one particular outcome, like this is all I'll settle for, this is it, and then we don't get it, then we're disappointed because of the expectation that we had, one. And two, maybe the universe wants to give you something better. So what I'm getting with this right here is that this may not be what you were hoping for. But it is being divinely guided and is part of your divine plan. And you can trust it. So go with the flow. That is the message that I'm getting with that card. I'm going to pull a clarifier. Transmission, spreading of conditions, influence, and impact. So what I'm getting is that this particular situation that you're being offered is going to impact your life, and it's going to it's going to put you in the vibration that you're able to really change the other areas of your life. Everything else is going to start falling into place, because you'll really start seeing that the universe always has had your back. And this will give you more faith. And as you have more faith, you will start attracting more and more good things, because you're finally releasing that victim mode, that feeling that things just don't work out for you. Everything's just going to go down, the hill, so to speak, the proverbial shit hill. But now you're like releasing that, because you're seeing that you can have good opportunities, you can have good things, and that the universe has always had your back. And so this will affect and spread to all the other areas of your life, including romance, because money and love are the same vibration. If you have blocks to money or blocks to love, one or the other, then you have both. Because it's the same vibration. And the other message that's coming through is that you have to accept anything that is happening right now. The more that you can accept it and not resist it, and tell yourself that the universe makes no mistakes. If this is happening right now, then it's supposed to be happening. There's a reason for it. And so more than trying to focus your intentions on what you want, for a while, just start accepting what is. And just have faith and trust. And put your faith in the universe that, you know what, you don't even have to set your intentions out there for what you want or what you need, because you know what, the universe already knows anyway. So just trust and have faith. That message is coming through. And we have the Page of Wands. And this is the embarking of a spiritual journey. This is waking up to the fact and learning that, you're an eternal being that always has been, and you are not your body, you're not your mind, you're not your thoughts, none of that. When you can be the third party observer and really be conscious of your thoughts, then you become closer and closer into alignment with your soul, because guess who the observer is? The observer is your soul. Your soul is pure consciousness. And once you can do this and you can become more conscious and more aware of thought patterns, behavior patterns, different type of compulsions. I know I have different obsessive behavior patterns that I've done that I couldn't figure out why I did them. But once I became conscious of it, really becoming conscious of something is all you need to do, because then you can be like, look, there's that thing that I do. There's that thing that I do. You don't have to try to figure out why you do it. Just be aware of it. Because when you try to figure out why you do it, then the energy behind it kind of gets stronger, because you're really focusing on it. You're really making it grow. So don't think about it too much. Just be like, that's that thing that I do. But the other message that I'm getting with this is, on this path, that you're going to meet lots of people, if you haven't already, that are soul family, that are here to help you. Even if somebody comes in and they give you a business opportunity, they offer you a job, understand, these are soul family too. These are people that you've known before, and you have to start being able to really recognize people as souls. You recognize people as souls, then you can really see past their flaws. And it makes things go a lot smoother, because then you're not focused on shit that they do. Just like you got shit you do, other people have shit that they do too that they may not be conscious of. So that message is coming up with this card. Well, I think that one wanted to be seen come out. Woman holding a heart. So really do keep your heart open. The message that I'm getting with this card is that it's very, very easy to keep people away out of fear. Maybe your soulmate is trying to come in and trying to be with you, but you're pushing them away with both hands because you are scared that things are going to end up like they were before with somebody else. really scared to get close to somebody, especially when you've been hurt before. And I can understand that. It's very scary. But once you can realize, you know what, your feelings aren't going to kill you. I watched Once Upon a Time on Netflix. I love that show. And I'm just so hot for Merlin. He's so hot. And, he had gotten his heart broken. And the apprentice, when he was a child, he said to Merlin, he said, I really wish you could have seen into the future. And you could have seen what was going to happen with this woman so that you would have avoided it altogether. And Merlin said, life is full of little moments. He said, I wouldn't change, the time that I spent with her for anything. He said, life is full of little moments, and you have to be able to cherish those moments. And that really did resonate with me. I was like, it's kind of like that whole cliche, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And that's what we souls are here for to begin with. We're here to experience, have these different experiences, to experience heartache and pain, to know what it feels like. And so that's why it's so important to keep your heart open. We have the Two of Swords. So basically, this is an inner conflict. And this is really having to choose, and I'm getting between like maybe two things, two people. Possibly one feels safe. This is, maybe wanting to stay with somebody who feels safe. Maybe there's not like a lot of, I don't want to say, there's not like a lot of passion there. It's comfortable with something and they're not going to break your heart. A lot of times, we will just pick somebody that's safe rather than taking that other route. That person who may challenge us, that person who may really open us up and really make us feel vulnerable. And so that is the message I'm getting with this card, is that you are having to make a choice between these two people. And I am going to go ahead and pull a Romance Angel Oracle card for that. And I don't read reversals, and my deck and my guides, they're all discombobulated. My deck and my guides know that I don't, so if you see me turn it around, that's why. Every now and then I'll be guided to read a reversal, but the way I look at reversals is if if that particular like reverse message was meant to come out, then it would come out upright in a different card. It's just the way I look at it. I just don't do reversals. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So basically the message that's coming through from Spirit is to take the route that makes you feel uncomfortable. Really put yourself out there. Stop being scared. And do get in touch with your feelings. Because I'm feeling very strongly that this other person, this other choice is a soulmate. And that this is somebody who you can really experience a lot of love, a lot of a very deep, very real connection with. I can't see the card. Three of Wands. I need to turn on some more lights. So basically the message that I'm getting with this is that you are too preoccupied with details. How this is going to look. And it may not look the way that you expect it to. So don't limit the universe. The universe, remember when I said that, there's like this divine design, this divine plan that you can't even see, that our human minds are so limited that we can only see it happening like one way. Maybe you're expecting, something to come in on a train and it comes in on a plane. Or maybe you're expecting your soulmate to look a certain way and they don't. Maybe you're expecting your soulmate to come in all clean cut, shirt and tie, or, to come in and be all prim and proper. And, maybe they come in wearing a leather jacket on a Harley, or, maybe she comes in with like a nose ring and spiked hair. I mean, you never know. So release what you expect it to look like. King of the Darkwood Elves, authority, credibility, and status. So the message that I'm getting with this is that you're still too preoccupied with what people think. Really trying to live for others, trying to impress others, trying to achieve some sort of fame, some sort of status. Does it say status on here? Yeah. So that people can respect you. And that could have to be, what this is too, about the expectations of how things should look. Be inside this neat little box. And, maybe it's going to be messy for a while. And that's all right, because who's to say what is normal and what is acceptable and what, society standards and norms are? Just like weight, for instance. There's like a body image, like everyone should work towards. That's how their body should look, and that's just how it is. Society said it, so it's true. So really try to step out of the box is the message that's coming through here. Really try to expand your consciousness and really see past mainstream. That's the message that I'm getting here. And it may involve you having to release some beliefs that you took on from your parents and grandparents that are really self-limiting. Like for example, like your grandparents were married for 65 years. And so now, sorry, I'm sweating. I need to turn my air on. But my thing is I need to turn my air back on. But I really enjoy listening to the crickets at night. And I love listening to the birds in the morning. So for that reason, I don't turn on my AC. But, it's a little humid today. So I got sweat running down my face if you see me doing this. So maybe your grandparents were married for 65 years. And so, that's the type of relationship you're looking for. You're looking for something like that. But those type of situations don't exist anymore. And the reason why they don't exist anymore is because our grandparents were not really dealing with the things that we're dealing with in this day and age. And not just that, but basically, back then people got married and they knew, women automatically knew, that was their goal was, I have to find a husband that'll support me and take care of me. And then once they got into that situation, a lot of times, they didn't really marry for love in the beginning. Some of them did. I'm not saying all of them. But even when they got married and, let's say things were less than perfect, they still stayed. They stayed because that's what they were supposed to do. Even if, their husband stepped out on them or drank or anything like that, they still stayed. Because women didn't have the opportunities that we have now. They didn't have the freedom that we have now. I'm not taking away from your grandparents who were married for 65 years because your grandfather might have been, a sober, loyal, hardworking man, and there was a lot of love. But that wasn't always the case. And as women have more opportunities now and they're putting themselves first, like I want to, get my education, I want to do this, I want to do that. You really don't have that level of longevity in a marriage anymore. We have judgment. And so with this judgment card, basically what I'm getting is do not judge what's happening now. Anything that's shown up in your physical reality, do not judge one way or another as good or bad. Tell yourself, you know what, I accept this. The universe makes no mistakes. It would not be happening if it were not supposed to happen. And once you accept something, it becomes easier to navigate it. And there's no you're not struggling against it. You're not resisting it. And most of the time, that's exactly what you need for that situation to change and move, is non-judgment. I'm telling you, I've seen it in my personal life lately, and it works like magic. I've been learning Zen, doing this Zen training program, really becoming mindful and present and accepting of things, and it's made all the difference in the world. You really do start attracting more things in your life too, because you're in a perfect vibration for it. Express your individuality. Allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. So the other thing that's coming up with this card is maybe you're scared people will judge you if you're your true authentic self. So you wear a mask around others and really hide, who you really are. Out of fear that people won't accept you, people will reject you. And so with this card, it says, allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. And as you start becoming, more present and really start accepting things and really be the third party observer of your obsessive thoughts and your thought patterns, you align more and more to your soul. And guess what? That's who you really are. And because when we die, I was arguing with somebody on Facebook yesterday. He had said something about, and I should have just left it alone. Maybe it was my ego. But he had said something about it's so hard to change your mindset. And I said, well, once you stop identifying with your mind and realize that you are not your mind. A lot of times people think, don't you think those thoughts that are going on, don't you think that's you? That's not you. I had to realize that you are not your mind. And he was like, that's just stupid. Who taught you that? And I said, well, you know what? If you die, you don't take your thoughts with you. Think about it. Two of Cups. So I'm getting, with this card, I'm really getting a soulmate connection with this card. And this is that soulmate that's trying to come in that, you might even be friends with the soulmate. This might be somebody who's already in your life, you've already met. And basically what I'm getting is that this particular situation is going to ascend to a higher level. Once you allow it to, once you open up yourself to the opportunity, and once you release the fears and the expectations and let down your guards, because you are being offered an opportunity to experience this soulful connection with somebody, if you would allow it to happen. Because to clarify that, we have sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it's truly sacred. So basically, I'm getting this is a sacred connection, and this is a soulmate. And I'm getting that a lot of you have already met this person. And I'm getting that, you've really been very reluctant to pursue this. You've just kind of been playing around, toying around with the idea. But kind of going back and forth in this energy here of just wanting to play it safe, because you've been hurt before. And the message that's coming through from Spirit is that it is safe to love. It is safe. It is safe to go in again. Battlefield called love. And really the battlefield is you. You are the battlefield. Rumi says, I think it's something like removing the blocks to love. You know, your goal is not to find love, but to find and remove the blocks to love. Something like that. I know I probably messed it up, but you get the gist of it. I'm going to turn my AC on. I'm sweating like a pig. Dear you, do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? I swear this card has come out every day this week. Maybe you think you need to control everything or else nothing will get done, be healed, be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you. I swear, didn't I just say that? Or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome. But we don't think that would be a good choice. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary. Delegate responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky, enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work beautifully and honestly in the end. Love you so much. Well, Pisces, that is your reading. And like I said, if you would like to have a mini reading, they are $25 this week for a 15-minute reading. And I will send you the link to your own personal video. Nobody else can see it but me and you. Thank you so much for watching.